I don't want it to feel any better than it already does. Like Woody's talked about this before. How like he's recommended condoms to people over and over. He's like, hey, you'll last a little longer,
especially young people, right? You know, if you're 19,
yeah.
Don't put that out there into the zeitgeist. We're strongly anti-condom on this show.
You listen to Taylor all you want,
unless you want to ruin your sex.
I've seen many men fall prey to this Taylorism that you're seeing work its dark magic on here. I'm not convinced he hasn't been cursed. All right, I have seen young, strong, virulent men who went out and found different women every week if they wanted to, or long-term girlfriends if they wanted to, had all the free time to travel the country, be out when they wanted to be.
We're talking about Jeremy,
what they wanted to be. Jeremy doesn't time to do any of this shit. Jeremy's a rotten mouth fucking hillbilly.
He's a strong, virulent man.
I'm talking about people like Scott, for example, or a number of people that I grew up with, you know, went to high school with, like a lot of the good-looking, fit guys, and it's like, oh, I think I'll go get married at 19 years old. That's smart, isn't it? Hey, I'm barely even have a fully developed brain. Let me just ruin my whole life. Trust me, I'm almost 34 years old here. I have made the right decision in this regard. All right, you do not. I am responsible for nothing. Now you may say, "Oh, but my life, I feel so unfulfilled." Do you know what my kill-death ratio is in Tarkov, you pussies?
Yeah. And when you're old, seriously, that kill-death ratio will take care of you.
I was going to say, you know, there's one thing I know.
I love when they bring up that rationale. That's the greediest, most selfish reason for procreation and marriage.
You just said you didn't want to do it, so you can do whatever you want all the time.
That is the most selfish
touche,
thing.
yeah.
You just said you wanted to do it so that somebody could be your servant and nursemaid.
I was making a joke about your.
No, you weren't. You always bring that one up. You're literally afraid of being alone and when you die and oh, somebody will have to look after me when I'm sick. I better lock somebody down for life. I better get a full lifetime contract with somebody so they have to.
Watched enough videos of nursing homes where the fucking employees will just walk up and slap just right into some old fucking geezer's face for no reason.
Newsflash, Taylor, I like it rough.
I don't want to get in the middle of this. I don't want to get in the middle, but I know
I'm joking.
I know that I know that the Tarkov kill death ratio is not going to mean anything in 5 years, because your kill death ratio may mean more at another video game 5 years from now. Right, Kyle? Am I right about that? Do you think?
Well, that's what I call a joke. And but on a serious note, locking yourself down for life with one human being is absurd.
I mean,
all right?
Is it?
You wouldn't do that to a fucking car you liked. You wouldn't do it if you liked a car. You wouldn't do it with a pet or a house or any other thing. And all of those things stay the same forever. You can get a new fender. You can go to brick over the vinyl siding.
You can throw some new tits on your bitch.
But a human being is just a degrading slab of meat that you gotta hear the same old stories from every year.
I figured out.
You think you're gonna hear a new fucking anecdote from Becky after year 5? No. You're just going to have to talk about your sitcoms you watch together. Oh, that was a funny one, wasn't it, Becky? It sure was, Bill.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Now, I'm not saying marriage is bad for everyone and you shouldn't sign on board. What I'm saying is don't fucking sign on the dotted line at 19 years old or 20 years old. Wait till you're at least 60, 65. No, for real. Wait, you're at least 25. Ideally, wait till 30. All right. Your brain your brain is literally not developed until you're like 25, 26 years old. That's just science. It really isn't.
This is really good. It's good advice because I was married at 22. I was married.
How'd that go for you?
I was married at 23 and I was married for 2 years. And my partner changed a ton. And I didn't. And yeah, it didn't go well at all. We got a divorce. And that was one of those things that's why I'm saying this is good advice, I think, from Kyle.
Did you have to pay for her lawyer?
No, not at all. No, it was a very amicable split. It was totally fine. But
he's on the good spectrum of things. The rest of you boys will probably be paying for her lawyer too.
Yeah. Kyle's right about that. There could be a lot of problems. So I've gone through it. Totally right. It's great to wait. That could be your motto, Kyle. It's great to wait.
It's great to wait.
It's great.
It sounds like an
It's never too late
program. Yeah.
It's never too late to wait. How about that? It's never too late to wait.
Kyle, let me just pitch this. Let's say you want to have kids, right? You're going to be married to this
Let's
person.
say I want to be a dinosaur. Continue.
But you can imagine a world in which somebody wants to have kids. Not you, but, we're giving advice to a broad spectrum of people here. Now, what she looks like for the rest of her life is different. She bounces back at 25 in a way that she doesn't when this 37-year-old has kids.
There's no need to marry a 30-year-old woman.
It's like marrying a rotten apple.
That's like, I mean, if you got a 1955 Chevrolet, you don't go and get a 1955 fender to replace though. When you get a new one that's just been printed off the line,
I'm totally
that's a
with you here.
2020 fender for a 55 Chevy.
So you wait until you're in your 30s, but she can be in her 20s.
Or teen.
Let's not I mean, 19's a good year.
I'm thinking you could pop
Wait a minute,
out
hold on.
before you're allowed to drink.
This is contradictory advice, though, because you're saying wait for yourself
consistent.
until 30, but then you want to marry a woman who's 19. So, but you're also giving advice to a 19-year-old that shouldn't be married. So she's going to wait at least till she's 25.
I'm counting on her to make a lot of poor decisions. It all comes full circle, folks. Look, don't lock yourself down. You have no idea the adventures that are yet to come.
You can make a prostitute eat dog shit. $5,000.
You don't have to make her. She'll do it willingly.
Living the dream, Taylor. That's the dream that you're foregoing.
It sounds pretty cool. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just live Kyle style and have no responsibilities. Everything's me.
Imagine you're Tarkov KD.
If you've never fucked an 18-year-old Filipina while she was wearing her tutu from ballet practice and hiding from her parents in a dirty motel room, then you're not living the Kyle dream, all right? You've got to go hard in the paint.
Hard in the paint.
And ID. These are always ID.
I'm just gonna say I don't want to do the Kyle lifestyle. Is that okay? Can I just abstain from the Kyle lifestyle?
If you can handle the Kyle lifestyle, it's a rough and ragged road.
You got to survive a little bit of time in prison.
But for the few who can, there are rewards.
Like what? What are the rewards?
Like you don't
lots
have
of pussy
to do
and free time and video games and shit. And
young women that eat poop.
Oh, that's
or drink cum.
You'd be shocked.
I don't know that I would be. I don't think I would be shocked. I think I'd probably be like, yeah, that's about right. Kyle's trying to make this sound cool, and it doesn't sound cool. The more he talks about it, the more it doesn't sound cool. I don't know.
You settle down then, breeder. Make some more boring people.
I mean, if my kids end up being boring, I'll just do it like the Spartans and dash them upon the rocks.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
That's it. That's the Kyle lifestyle.
Punch that fucking
Kyle
abortion
has
subway card. Whoa.
Yeah,
like clunk. Ninth one's free, boys.
I get a free Italian dip at Jersey Mike's if you go through with this. That's funny.
Fuck those babies.
Yeah. That was a fun episode. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Taylor, does that sink in ever a little bit? Does he ever make you self-doubt and think that the Kyle...
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. But I'm too bullheaded to admit that.
Don't let him. Taylor, don't let him. Don't let it sink in.
Don't
Yeah,
sacrifice,
listen to the divorcee, Taylor.
don't sacrifice the greatest years of your short life. We are here for such. No, I'm kidding. We're here for a very short, finite
I
life,
know.
and such a small percentage of that are we at our best, at our both our physical, mental, and financial peak. And as men especially, but as human beings in general, we should try to grasp that with both hands and hang on to it for as long as we can and enjoy it. Enjoy the fruits of life, the pleasure that is given to us on this earth by God or fate or the universe or
Satan.
just plain fucking dumb luck for as long as we can.
That's why you should give a prostitute $5,000 to eat dog shit.
Or your own shit or any shit you can find.
Or
All right.
any shit you're
Look, if you find a zookeeper, the world's your oyster. All right.
That's
Crazy
fair.
with it.
There's a lot of wisdom in this, Taylor.
What you don't want to
There's-
do.
I'm gonna need to internalize this as I'm eating a couple of pork rinds after.
You might as well be
this.
signing your own death warrant. If you sign on that line which is dotted when you're 25, 30 years old or something like that, and just go ahead and lock it all down and say, oh yeah, life for me of being the free version of me is over. Now I'm going to transition into a more restrictive, but perhaps more rewarding in some ways version of me. Just ask yourself for a question. Wouldn't that version be available in 5 more years?
Just
Yes, yes.
Imagine the
Yes, yes,
horror
yes.
of a deep connection with some woman who wakes up in the morning and makes you Valentine shape toad in the hole. Like what an awful life that would be, right?
Yeah, nothing like that same lady there that you've known for 30 years making you a $5 breakfast. Fuck that. Go to Waffle House. There's cheap, dirty whores there that'll make you whatever kind of breakfast you want.
But they're not made with love, Kyle.
Oh, they're made with lust.
They're made-
They're made with
Greasy
loathing.
Waffle House lust.
There's a Hispanic line cook beating off into the batter again.
Oh. Enrique. You know him
caught me
too.
before and you did not fire me. So
I guess it
tried
comes
again.
down to whether you think relationships get better or worse over time, right? Kyle has described repeatedly this notion that, like, oh my God, she has no new anecdotes 5 years in. But I like old shit. You know, my Leatherman means more to me when it's 5 or 10 years old than it does the day I got it. And so
Yeah.
does my wife.
I love Office reruns. What can I say? Nothing like seeing if Jim and Pam will get together for the 70th fucking time. Or maybe you just want some new pussy boys. You have to be the judge. This is about your life, not mine,
You be
not
the
his, certainly not Taylor's, because he's just a ball of trash rotating around the rim. And for some reason he's staring at it going, Kobe.
Ball of trash going around. That's really funny.
Why couldn't it be a basketball? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because it's about being mean to each other.
Because if it goes in, because if a basketball goes in the hole, you win. But this is trash going into a receptacle. So if it goes in, you lose.
Yeah. Well, if she can put up with 5 or 6 more run throughs of King of the Hill, we'll see. She's only made it through one so far.
That's how we'll know if she's the one.
That's how we'll know. So.
All right.